Good evening, Andrew, and good evening, viewers out there.
Honorable, let's begin off with what happened in Parliament earlier today. Now, what we know is that you were supposed to ask a question, which unfortunately you are very unsuccessful because the Speaker of the House, the presiding officer, Madam Nelly, Miti, had to let you sit down. You were angry and you walked out of the House. Don't you understand the rules of the House?
Thank you very much, Andrew, and the chairs there, and viewers out there. First and foremost, Andrew, I'm a member of Parliament for Kabushi constituency. The people of Kabushi constituency voted for me to come and represent them in the House. And that House is a very democratic House. And I'm a free member of Parliament who can move from one point to another at any particular point. Coming to your question, Andrew, and Chestu and viewers out there, I've been in the House for the past 5 years, and the people of Kabushi gave me another mandate to preside over their affairs for the next 5 years. I know the rules of the House, and I've been there long before others came in. So I know each and every rule of the House. What? I start the standing orders of Parliament, and I do understand each and every standing order, including how to engage with presiding officers. I'm a very senior member of Parliament. Remember, Chesu and Andrew and viewers out there.
But then,
I'm just a past.
Yeah, Honorable, are you trying to say that the presiding officer, as a speaker, was out of order for her to chase you out of the House? Because you say that you are, a long-serving member of the House who understands standing orders. So you think the speaker was out of order for her to have chased you?
Yeah, yes, Andrew. Yes, Andrew, and Andrew, Chesu, and viewers out there. I'm not here to discuss the Honorable Speaker of the National Assembly. I'm just here to let you know that I know the rules of the game. I've been in Parliament for some time now. I understand the rules of Parliament. It is difficult and different from the person who's coming in for the first time. For me, I do understand. I was in executive. When the people are in executive today, they were in opposition. And we know and we experienced how they behaved under the able leadership of Honorable Speaker Mativini. So for me, I can assure you and I can assure the nation that I do know the rules of the game. I do understand.
But so in this context, who doesn't know? But in this context, Honorable Bowman Lusambo, then who doesn't understand the standing orders of the House? Honorable Bowman Lusambo.
I don't know. I don't know because I'm speaking on my behalf as a member. I'm speaking on my behalf as a member of Parliament for Kabushi constituency who has been in the House for some time. I am saying I do understand the rules of the game. I do understand the standing orders of the House.
Honorable,
I can assure you that I wasn't even upset today. I wasn't up.
Let's get to the real issues. I mean, you obviously wanted to ask something. You raised quite a number of issues in the House. Could you categorically state what these issues were? I mean, during that time, the vice president was answering her questions. What are these questions that you feel were supposed to be answered by, Her Honor, the vice president?
Thank you very much, Andrew, and just to our viewers out there. There are some questions, direct questions, which you can ask Her Honor, the Vice President, when it's question time. And there are some questions which needs background, it needs foundation. And the question which I had today to ask Her Honor, the Vice President, it was a question which had a background. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, he has been on many fora telling the people of Zambia that he will run a cost-saving government. And today, we have seen diplomats, high commissioners, and other staffs. They have been recalled from all over the world. We have seen senior government officials, civil servants, who have been, their contracts being terminated. And this government, very soon they'll be appointing new permanent secretaries, new ambassadors and high commissioners, and other diplomats. This is the same government which came in government saying they inherited empty coffers. So I wanted to know from the Vice President, where are they getting the money today to recall all the diplomats and high commissioners across the world when they don't have the money? When the Vice President came in the House, last time when the President was going to the United States of America, the Vice President told that it was necessary for the President to attend the General Conference because that's where he can get connections and make sure that they bring development to our country. We wanted to know this afternoon if it was an emergency, if it was necessary for the government which is running the cost-saving measures to recall the diplomats and ambassadors across the world, and also to terminate contracts for senior civil servants. Some of the contracts they were running for 3 years, 5 years, and definitely the government's supposed to pay these civil servants. If they're not going to pay them, the government, they will keep these civil servants on the payroll according to the law. So we wanted to know from the Vice President, where are they getting the money, or where have they gotten the money now when they inherited empty coffers? That was my question, which was supposed to be my question to the Vice President this afternoon.
Do you seriously think you are unfairly treated, Honorable Bowman Lusambo?
Andrew, I'm a democratic elected member of parliament for Kabushi constituency. And I am in the democratic country. And being in the democratic country, I'm in the democratic house we call parliament. I have the right to ask a question at any given time. I have a right to ask Honor the Vice President a question. That's why we are in opposition, is to give checks and balances to the government of the day. We are very objective. We are not subjective. We know exactly what we want to see.
Do you feel you are unfairly treated, Honorable Bowman?
Zambia develop. That's what we want to see.
Do you feel you are unfairly treated, Honorable Bowman Lusambo?
I can't be a victim and a judge at the same time. I leave it to the people of Zambia to judge if I was fairly unfairly treated or if I was fairly treated.
But were you
For me, I'm there to perform the noble call which the people of Kabushi, they have sent me for in Kabushi in
But you would confirm to the people of Kabushi and the people of Zambia that indeed you are angry, isn't it?
The honorable member for Kabushi. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I honor the Vice President. His Excellency, the
Honorable
President.
Member, can you mask up?
His Excellency, the President of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. He has been on many fora saying he will run cost-saving government. Your Honor, the Vice President, few days, ambassadors, high commissioners, and other members of staff who are working overseas and abroad were recalled. At the same time, very soon, you'll be appointing the new office bearers. Madam Vice President, senior civil servants, some of them with running contracts, have been terminated or relieved from their duties. Madam Vice President, you came here and you told the nation that you inherited the empty coffers. Madam Vice President, where are you going to get the money to pay the recalled ambassadors, high commissioners, and other members of staff who have been recalled, other senior government officials who have been relieved from their
Honorable
duties?
Member, order. Please, can we listen to the questions? Because if there is noise, I will not be able to listen to understand the question also. Let's allow the member to ask a question. And the Honorable Member, go specific to the question, please.
Guys, you are in government. You are not in opposition. You are in government. You are executive. And you are reliable to these checks and balances. Grow up, guys. Madam Vice President.
Honorable Member, order. Order. Honorable Member, if you want your question to be answered, please be specific.
Madam Speaker, that's why
order.
I'm standing.
Can you sit down?
That's why I'm standing.
Can you sit down, please? When I'm making an order, you know the rules. You are supposed to sit down. I'm giving guidance here. For me to be able to listen to your question properly, please be specific. Ask the question so that I get the gist of the question. As you've been talking, I've not even gotten what the question is. Can you stand up now and ask a proper question?
Madam Speaker, when you are coming up with a question, the question is supposed to have a background.
Don't argue, Honorable Member.
Madam Vice President.
Okay, Honorable Member, can you sit down? Sit down. That question will be disregarded. Honorable Member for Chawama.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I honor the Vice President. I'm referring to the President's speech yesterday. The President, in reference to some of his supporters.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, as I indicated earlier, I would have raised this point of order contemporaneously, but as you are aware, the rules of the House do not allow when Her Honor the Vice President is on the floor. I rise on a very serious point of order, Madam Speaker, on the Member of Parliament for Kabushi. As I raise this very important point of order, Madam Speaker, I would like you to take judicial notice pertaining to the rulings of this House on the decorum, etiquette, and general conduct of the members of this House. Madam Speaker, you may be aware that this House has made various rulings pertaining to the conduct of members who walk out on the presiding officer. Immediately the presiding officer makes a ruling that goes against them. Is the honorable member for Kabushi, Honorable Bowman Lusambo, in order to walk out on you and protest because of his unhappiness pertaining to the ruling and the guidance you made on the questions he was trying to make on the floor of the House during Her Honor the Vice President's question time. Is it in order to bring your status into public ridicule by walking out on you in protest and in anger that you ruled against? Is it in order, Madam Speaker?
Thank you very much for that point of order. Indeed, I did notice the Honorable Member for Kabushi walking out when I asked him to sit down. So the Honorable Member for Kabushi actually is definitely out of order, and his conduct amounts to ridiculing the presiding officer who was presiding over the affairs of this House. And in order for us to continue with the decorum and dignity of this House, the Honorable Member for Kabushi will be excused from the sitting of today so that he can go and vent his anger outside, not in this House. The Honorable Member for Kabushi is requested to leave the House.
Yeah. Walk of shame.
Tell the member to leave the House.
Okay. He's wasting our time. Yeah. We'll come back. Good cases.
Can we continue?